We didn't talk about this yesterday. Scoot Henderson, the number 3 pick in the draft, the guy we traded Damian Lillard to pick, did not have a good rookie year.
No.
His press conference at Media Day was all of 6 minutes. I watched it. The very first question is about his rookie year. Now, I don't know if I kept the question in or if I didn't. Did I, Swag? Do you remember if you heard this? Did I keep the question in? I'm sorry. My mind's been racing since traffic.
I might have edited it out.
What?
It was edited out of there.
All right. We may have edited it out, but in case it's there, okay. Sean Highkin just asked him simply, what's your takeaway from your rookie season? Okay? That's the question.
Very simple.
First question of his presser. Here it is.
Scoot, now that you have a
Questions
couple months of distance from it, kind of what do you look back on about your rookie season and kind of what you learned from it?
I look back at the food, the good food that I had. Yeah, a lot of the food. And then, what I've learned from it. You know what I'm saying? Just all the games, obviously. Think about all the games every night. Think about the fun I had playing. Think about how blessed I was playing. And the fact that I was able to be here at this age, so yeah.
He was talking about the food. He learned, don't order shrimp in L.A. past 1.
Learning about all the good restaurant spots in Portland. All the things I learned from all my meals that I had last year.
Now, the internet is calling him Zoot Henderson now because they think he was zooted.
Yes.
For those of you not in the know, a lot of people think he was super high.
Yes.
There's now a pushback that he doesn't partake in that and that this was meant as a joke. I don't know what's funny about it. It's very awkward. I thought it was really weird. Again, a 6-minute presser, and people asked him good questions.
They did.
He gave you just nothing. There's a really awkward, weird, uncomfortable feel right now with him and what he'll be or is and what the season is. He was the starter at the beginning of the rookie year. Then he was benched, and then he was asked about starting this year, and he basically said, it's out of my control. I don't care. And I have weird vibes. The antennas are up now officially. We are on Scoot Watch on this show. When you turn it on this season, there's going to be a lot of Scoot notes.
Well, I mean, you highlighted it yesterday. The Cronin stuff from a year ago saying this guy is such a generational talent that we cannot pass on the opportunity to draft him. And that is the equivalent of using the language that Zach Collins is a franchise cornerstone or a pillar or whatever O'Shea said years ago. That all of a sudden sets us up mentally as fans of man, this guy is the real deal, and he's going to come in and have a big impact right away. That clearly was not the case for Scoot, and it is alarming that going into year 2, now it is, hey, we got to be patient, man. These guys are young. It's going to take them a long time to develop. That's usually not the case with generational talents that we've never seen before. It is very hard. Media days, sometimes we talk about these things. Like somebody had commented yesterday, what is there even to take out of media day anyways? It's just a bunch of quotes and interviews. And,
totally get it.
It's like a politician lying. They're going to tell you all the things you want to hear, and then you fast forward halfway through the season, and none of it rung true. But there are ways to lose a media day. And that's a way to lose. It's just like Adam Gay's crazy eyeballs, I'm high on drugs. You were asked, what did you take? What did you learn? That's a very easy opening question from Sean Highkin.
He's claiming this is a joke. That, behind the scenes, he thought this was a funny little joke.
It's a horrible joke.
It really
is. And of all the times to give a joke, maybe to a fan base who is very concerned about, did we draft a bust with the number 3 overall pick? Maybe we don't open our if you come out last year and you averaged 27 and 5 a game, and everybody's like, damn, this guy's a generational talent. Hey, what'd you learn from your rookie year? Man, I ate a lot of good food. Ha, 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 you're a great player. That's a funny thing to laugh at.
Yeah.
You shot 38% from the floor and 32% from 3. Maybe let's not open the press conference with a joke.
Another thing trending is practice. First practice was yesterday. Donovan Clingan, the Clinger, the one we are excited to watch this year.
Deep boy.
He was asked about practice from UConn to what it is now in the NBA, his first practice in the NBA, and he gave this answer, which sets the internet ablaze.
I mean, Chauncey's great. I feel like it's 2 different styles. But practices were definitely harder at UConn for sure.
Can you talk about what you mean when you said 2 different styles between the coaches?
I mean, Chauncey's more laid back, great coach. I just Danny's intense, man. It's 2.5 hours of yelled at. So, very intense coach.
So he says Dan Hurley, if you couldn't really make that out, Dan Hurley in UConn practices harder, Chauncey Moore laid back. The internet, of course, ran with this of, oh, my God, one practice in, and he's – I think he's just –
That's more about Danny Hurley than Chauncey.
I'd also just say it's the difference between college basketball and the NBA.
NBA
coaches-
These are adults
Yeah.
with $1 million contracts.
NBA coaches can't yell at guys for 2.5
No,
hours.
you're going to demand a trade or that coach is going to get fired. You can't do that in the league.
But it is kind of funny to line it up and go, well, the guy who has like a 30 win percentage and the other guy's winning national championships.
Back to back, in fact. Yeah, he's pretty good. Knows what he's doing
Probably
in that
going to
sport.
three-peat because, UConn's amazing.
They are. Can we hire him next offseason when Chauncey Billups is no longer the head coach
Dude.
because we have to go through a year of him being the head coach and
I'll
we haven't
tell
hired
ya.
a new coach yet?
Some people call us West Coast Connecticut.
I mean, that's what I'm hearing.
Highbrow Laco.
Yeah. We're
there's
the North.
We are the North.
Facts are facts.
I'm not kidding. I'd love for them to hire him.
It would be incredible. Are
I'd
you
be
kidding
through the
me?
roof if we hired Dan
I mean,
Hurley.
the Lakers went from him to what's
JJ Redick.
JJ Redick. How about a drop off?
Yeah, so an interesting start to the season for our Trailblazers. First practice was underway yesterday. Media day with Scoot. Not a great start, but
Out of the gate with a bang, baby. Here we go. The 2024 Blazers are here. Talking about food.
Food.
A lot of good food, man. I had a lot of good food last
That
year.
transition to I learned a lot. Like, were you still talking about food? Did you put a period there or just a comma? I
It
couldn't
sounded like a
tell.
comma. That felt like a comma.
Felt like a comma.
I think he stepped on the punchline. Like he had something in his head and he blew the joke.
Pancakes in
delivered.
Houston, 12 a.m. Not good. Don't do it.
After that 60-point loss in OKC, I had great barbecue food.